Hello and welcome back to Unfiltered Voices. So we are joined by another guest today. So we've got Gemma with us, who goes by RX Queen. So hey Gemma,
Hey.
Hello.
just want to say it's lovely to have another female explorer on as well because I don't think we've had one on yet, have we, Beck?
No.
So yeah, it's nice to have you here, Gemma.
Thank you for having me.
No, you're so
Yeah.
welcome. Should we go in with the first question, Beck? Should we go straight in?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Okay, so Gemma, how long have you been exploring?
Um, I started exploring around 2008
Okay.
uh, for a couple of years. Then I had a break because the kids had to go to school and I had a job. Blah blah blah. Um, Always like kept an eye on it, like on the forums and stuff. And then I think it was 2018, 19. Kids are old enough to look after themselves, come back.
Okay, so you've been on the scene for quite a while then.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Becky.
Sorry. Okay. So what got you into exploring?
Right. So I used to live in a flat just down the road from Cane Hill, but I never knew it was an asylum. I thought the water tower on the hill. I just thought it was a church, and it wasn't like I moved away, got a computer, got internet, and discovered a website about Cane Hill, and sort of went from there really, reading all about that, and then discovered 28 days later, and yeah, I was
Hmm.
like, oh, that seems right up my alley. Yeah, but a bit gutted that I never knew Cane Hill was Cane Hill when I lived there, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. So what is three things that you love about exploring?
Okay, so cheesy answer, the decay.
Yeah,
Um, I just find, God, it sounds so cheesy. Like there is beauty in decay, um, and like the imagination that you can that a place can bring you.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so like if you're in a hospital, like an abandoned hospital, like you can imagine, especially like if you know what went on there, like in an old asylum, you can kind of imagine, like, the patients would have been sitting in this corridor or in this sunroom, walking the grounds, it's, I hope I'm explaining that well.
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And then the last one is I love finding out the history of
mm,
places. Half the time you can't. It all depends what you explore. Um, but I had one the other day at Dartford, and what remains of an old hospital. And there was just so much information to find on it. I mean, these things were literal shells.
Mm.
That's what's left, and like a proper fight through the brambles and stuff to get there. Um, but yeah, like just finding the history on places makes it worthwhile. Sorry,
Yeah.
can't talk.
I find finding out the history really exciting.
Mm,
mm,
I enjoy
yeah,
that part.
it gives it a bit more of a purpose.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. I get that.
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
So what's three things you hate about exploring?
Brambles and nettles,
yeah,
especially when at the time I've like fallen in them, like
Mm.
face first in the nettles. Great.
Oh.
Um, yeah, the fact that I can't climb very well because of my stupid hands. So climbing into places, if it's like ground floor, that's fine.
Mm.
anything like I've seen you go up like Spider-Man, Becky.
I love it.
I could not do that. Yeah, and the nosy bastard neighbours.
Yeah.
I swear, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's just no need for them to be so rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it doesn't concern them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It does piss me off when people are like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we had one, and that Boarhead house that was going around a few years ago,
Yep.
and she tried to open my car door,
What?
but yeah, she was out there. My daughter was waiting in the car. She was old enough. She was fine to be on her own in the car.
Mm.
You've left your child in the car. You've been in that house, and I'm like, no, I haven't. I've been for a walk. It wasn't me who was lighting it up. It was someone else. And she was like, oh, it's a really long walk, and trying to open my car door to see what I've got. And I'm like, oi, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Yeah, that would have pissed me off.
Yeah, it's just no need. Go
No.
away.
Yeah. Too nosy.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, you've just reminded me about what you said about obviously your child being old enough and in the car. I remember being on holiday. I think it was in Leicester a couple of years ago. My children at this point were about 8 and 4,
Mm.
and we drove past it. Obviously, we were up there to have a holiday, not to explore. And I drove past this. It's Rawsby Asylum. I don't know if you know about it,
Oh,
but
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
it's huge. And I didn't know about it, and I drove past it, and I thought, I can't not just go and have a look. So I was like, right, get out of the car, kids. We're going in to have a look. We didn't actually go into the building. We just walked the grounds. But I thought, God, when I got back in the car, I thought, what did I just do? Like, was there any need for that, Shannon? Did we come up here to drag children around abandoned asylum grounds? No, I didn't. But I mean, they loved it. They were like, wow,
Yeah.
what's going on? But yeah, I remember that. I was like, I'm not missing this opportunity. Get out of the car, kids. We're going for a little walk.
Oh, no, I would have done the same.
Yeah. So I didn't take them in because obviously I didn't know how the structure was and stuff.
Yeah,
But I thought, yeah, we'll have a look. And yeah, we did. And it was great.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, what's the strangest thing you've ever found while exploring?
Uh, so I think the building's gone now. The nurses' accommodation down in Hampshire somewhere, and there was a room in there, and it was just full of a pile of dead bird skeletons.
Ooh.
And it was really like someone had gone in there and just gathered them all up and was piling them up. And can't forget the homemade fleshlight that was in a place, and someone stole it.
Oh.
So it was there. And I was like, oh my God, that's disgusting. And then I went back with Ella, and I was like, oh, you've got to see this. And it gone. Thought,
Ew.
dirty article has actually stolen it.
That is disgusting.
No, it was, oh,
Oh God. I couldn't think of
yeah.
anything worse.
No, you think like, what's it got on it? Do you know what I mean? Like, no,
Yeah.
no, it's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the things you find as an explorer is very odd.
Yeah, yeah. Found a few sex toys, and yeah,
Yeah. There's definitely a few of them that I've come across as well. So, where is can you name somewhere that you haven't explored but you'd like to explore?
a theme park.
And
Okay.
I love a theme
Yeah,
park.
yeah. Like, I'd probably have to go overseas. Like, I
Mm.
think Japan and it or somewhere. It's got a big abandoned. I'm sure it's Japan.
I think it
Like,
is.
all the coasters and all that. Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's quite cool.
Yeah, but chances of that happening are very minimal. So
Mm.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of theme parks abroad, isn't there? Some really old, like big places. So I think I agree with you on that one, Gemma. I'd like to do one of them too.
yeah, I'd love.
So have you ever been scared while exploring?
Yes. um. So excuse me. So for the worst one for me is a place called Harp's Oak. It's being refurbished at the minute. Um, and I went there. Well, I went there with my daughter, but she never comes in the buildings if she comes. So I went in on my own. She waited outside, and the feeling I got from this place, like it just felt really off.
Mm,
And I literally run around downstairs, and I was out. It was like so oppressive, and
yeah.
I don't know where that come from.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've had so many people on and we ask this question all the time. And I think almost all of them, including me and Becky, have mentioned this feeling that you get and you just
Yeah,
can't explain it. You just get this off feeling. It happened to me at Fernhurst. And to this day, I can't tell you, I couldn't explain the feeling, I couldn't tell you why, but it is just that feeling of something feels off and eerie. And I think, yeah, everyone we've had on has mentioned that feeling. It's strange, isn't it?
yeah. It's. I think you have to trust that.
Yes.
You have to go with your gut feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
If we're ever out in a group or anything, which I mean, I don't explore alone. So we also say that if anyone in the group has this off feeling, we'll always go with them as well. You know, if someone's not comfortable or something feels off, we'll just leave because I think, like you
yeah,
said, you have to trust in that feeling.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to look after your mates as well. Yeah,
Yes,
trust,
definitely.
trust their judgment as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the other one, me and Ella were trying to find our way into the grounds of an old care home, and it's about 9 o'clock at night, and it's dark, and we're walking along the fence line, and we heard this most evil laugh from behind the fence.
Oh God.
We just looked at each other and went, "Fuck this!" Run. I don't know. I'm sure it must have been a fox, maybe.
Mm.
Because who's going to be hiding in the grounds of an old care home at 9 o'clock at night?
I mean, I don't know. I could think of a few people that might.
The local nonce.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, so what do you think about the paranormal side of things?
Becky. Paranormal. Yeah, Gemma, what do you think about the paranormal?
Paranormal. Um, yeah, no, I'm open to it. Um, I think you have to be open to these things. Um, like here at home, we've had a few on and off over the years. Like a few unexplained things happen that are like I'd rather try and find an explanation for things. Um, but no, I'm open to it. I mean, like we've um, had a couple. Like I've got a cat ball, and we've done a couple of sessions, if you like, but nothing that we've really taken seriously, I suppose. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I did do one. We did one in a graveyard. I went there on my own, and I was getting hits on the cat ball and some ghost talk app. But when I went back with Ella, nothing happened. So I'm looking like I'm a liar. Um, and then I got all the way home. I'd left my bag there. I had to drive all the way back, and it's like in the middle of nowhere, this church.
Oh
And I
no.
drive back on my own about midnight, this was, and I was so scared.
Oh
I was
God.
so scared. Just, I left the engine running, lights on full beam, ran in, grabbed me back.
I'd have done the same.
But I think like the the really old buildings, they hold on to things like atmospheres and memories, and Yeah, does that make sense? I
Yeah,
can't think
yeah,
what they hold on. They hold on to something from the past, and
yeah.
you can feel it or you can sense it.
Mm.
But yeah, I like to try and find a rational explanation, but sometimes you can't.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's good to be open, isn't it? I mean, until it's one of them that um, I'm the same. I'll always try and debunk something and think, well, could it be this?
Mm,
Could it be that? But like you said, sometimes there isn't an explanation, and
yeah,
yeah, that's where it's just exploring, what you can find, and I think as time goes on, people will find different ways to try and communicate with, the paranormal world, and yeah, it's exciting.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, have you ever hurt yourself while exploring, Gemma?
Numerous times.
Have you had anything serious? Like, have you broke a bone?
No, so the usual scrapes and scratches from nails and glass. I fell out of a ground floor window.
Ooh.
Thankfully, there was no actual window in it. Landed in some brambles, as you do. But I've got a scar on my leg. Me and Tom were poking around an old hotel, couldn't get in it, and I trod on a bit of, I thought it was a stick, and it was a bit of rebar poking up. And
Oh,
honestly, I was in pain for weeks. And I've got a
mm.
lovely scar now on my leg. But
God.
bloody hell, sorry, excuse the noise, that was a cat.
uh,
Yeah, but
um,
no, thankfully nothing major. So,
well, that's good.
yeah, yeah.
So, can you tell us something that nobody knows about you?
Uh, well, I think everyone knows all my personal business. Yeah, naming no names, but some people like to put it out there. Um, I have a diploma in computing.
Oh,
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah, I don't know how to work a computer, but I have a diploma in it. It was so long ago that everything's changed now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's
I
cool.
mean, me and Beck even struggle with tech with this sometimes. I mean, this is our seventh podcast, maybe. Maybe it isn't our seventh podcast that's been released, but we've recorded quite a few, and sometimes we struggle to get on here still.
yeah. I had to get my son to show me how to use Discord because I asked my daughter and she was like, I don't understand it.
Yeah,
So yeah, so I'm just having a quick drink of water.
that's okay.
Okay,
Yes.
back in the room.
Back in the room. So, what's your opinions on the urbex community? What people like to call the urbex community?
Hmm. I personally, I think it's awful.
Hmm.
Um, but there's no need for it to be awful because we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But like you get the backstabbing, people make it a competition. You got gatekeeping, and they're gatekeeping. Yeah, but have you asked yourself why they're doing that? Do you don't like? I think some people aren't doing it for the love of it. They're just doing it for the clout.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I've been here. Did you find any history? No, because you didn't look, because you're straight on to the next one. Um, yeah, and then like you've got people who want to get involved in lots of drama. Um, Wherever there's drama, they have to be in the middle of it. Um, yeah, and then there's vandals. There's some people. I think they follow the private ambulances that collect dead bodies from people's houses. I swear some people follow them around.
I've heard
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because they're not even cold in the ground and you're there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mm.
But there's no need um, for people to behave like that. But it's not just the urbex community that's like that. Like the world of cat rescue is exactly the same. You've got different rescues all arguing and bitching about each other. And it's like, why? You're all there for the same purpose.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really strange, but I now I explore with 2 people or on my own. That's it. Keep it small.
Yeah.
Best way to be that.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's not me being rude or yeah, but to keep it small.
Yeah. So, who is your most disliked explorer? And you don't have to answer that, but we do ask everyone.
Um, hmm. Uh, has to be Sean. Sean
Yeah.
Urbex. I shall name and shame.
Okay.
Um, yeah, reasons, everything he's said and that he's done. Like he's written graffiti about me. He's spread rumours about me. Yeah, I used to bite back at him, and we'd have a bit of tit for tat on our stories. But I can't be asked for that anymore. But like, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what this graffiti said. It was just something about I was a crackhead or grandma whore or something like that. I didn't write that. I was like, but you wrote your name underneath it and it's in exactly the same handwriting. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Mm.
It's like, how can you sit there and say that's not you? Yeah, so, yeah, my most disliked explorer. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, Gemma. I think, like,
That's
yeah,
all right.
it's good
I'll
to
probably
have your
get some
own.
backlash, but hey.
I mean, I hope not, because it's been said in a very, you haven't called him many horrible names, and everyone's opinions are valid. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like you've said your reasons why and kept it very short and sweet. And not
Mm.
everyone likes each other, and that is
No.
something that needs to be normalized. You know, there will be people that come on here and ask that question. They probably give my name, and that's fine. Not everyone likes
Yeah.
each other, and that's that. And yeah,
Yeah.
so.
Absolutely. I mean, my name will probably pop up at some point.
I
Oh, well,
mean,
I can't please everyone.
no, and that's right, isn't it? And I think this is where someone can come and have their say, speak openly, and it's good that you have,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there we go. So, right, so what's your biggest ick when exploring? So by that, like your pet peeve that people do.
Clout chasers and the clickbait liars.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, clickbait, yeah.
yeah. Oh God. So that house that had all the stuffed animal heads, and they were saying that like these 2 guys. Oh, we found CP in there. Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
like dodgy stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
And it's like, but you didn't. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. And someone I know went back there and they checked, and they were like, "There's nothing there." And then they went on to their next one and said they found drugs, and they had all these wrapped up parcels with what was so obviously sugar sprinkled all around, and we're going, "We found drugs." Mate, just stop it. So yeah, clickbaiters and clout chasing. Just stop it. Just behave.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's no need. Like, you want to make yourself a laughing stock. Do you know what I mean? Why would you do that?
Mm. Yeah. I do agree. I do agree. So, do you share pins?
I do with 2 people. Um, Tom and Ella, or Ella and Tom. Oh, excuse me. I might swap with a couple of others, but it's very rare, and these are people that I have swapped with before who I know I can trust. Like, they've not done anything bad. to a place.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, yeah.
Hmm.
But other than that, no.
Okay. I think that's fair enough, sharing them with people that you trust. I think
Yeah,
that's
I
what
mean, like, you know, if someone's just starting out and they're like, has anyone got any pins? And people start jumping up and down going, you can't ask that, you can't ask that. I might help them out with a couple of, like, shells, like
Mhm.
Hollywood Lodge. Nothing's going to happen to Hollywood Lodge. I'm surprised it's still standing. Just a couple of little starters
Yeah.
Yeah.
that, you know, they're already beyond any help. So, yeah, because, you know, we've all got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's fair enough.
Hmm.
So do you have any exploring goals for this year, for 2025?
Uh, we need to go to Wales. Hopefully, we're going to do that this year. I want to try Denby, but I think that's going to be an impossible task.
Nothing is impossible. Go and give it a go. You
I
never
Yeah, I was reading someone put about access on Facebook today. I'm like climbing no fence with barbed wire on it.
I think I know potentially the way that they're on about, and it's not as bad as it sounds, I promise.
Sorry, Nathan's just walked in the room. Hello, bye bye. Sorry, he's just come home from football. Yeah, and my my sad goal is to get up to 2,000 followers on Facebook.
What are you on now?
1,700.
Oh, okay. I think you could
But
do that.
I've not been pushing it much until probably the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Instagram, yeah, I've got a lot, but Facebook, I never really seem to get many. I'm not moaning, and I appreciate them, and I'm happy to have what I've got.
Mm.
But when I put a post up saying that the other week, and someone was like, "Oh, laughing," and I was like, "Why are you laughing? What? Because you've got like 50,000 followers? Don't laugh. It's
Yeah.
not a flex."
No, it's not. And everyone grows at their own rate, and it does depend on how much like work you put in with sharing your stuff about. And
Yeah,
like I've come to a point where I slacked a little bit, but that's because I've not been well. But if you keep
yeah,
doing it, you will build it up.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And it
yeah.
only takes one post, Gemma, to absolutely kick off and people love it. And you could potentially gain hundreds of followers in one day. I mean, I have a very small following on Facebook, Instagram. TikTok is my biggest platform, but that's not huge. And I'm okay with that. It will grow slowly and what will be will be. But it's definitely not a flex how many followers you have. It's great. And I think supporting others in that is, brilliant, and something I'll always do is, help people out and encourage their success. But I think your goal is very doable, but definitely by the end of the year. And yeah, hopefully you can achieve that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know it's only the beginning of the year, but it's, the rate I grow ain't very quick. But no, I'm not moaning about it. I appreciate everyone who does follow me. So yeah,
Yeah.
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 Shannon.
Is it my question?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
No, it's not, Beck. I
It.
just asked.
No, it is.
Right, have you got any advice to anyone starting out?
Oh no. Yeah.
Um,
It's your question. Are you okay, girl?
Do you know what? There's a lot of distractions going on outside, and it's really off-putting.
is that the question?
Yeah. Any
Yeah.
advice to anyone starting out?
Um, yeah. Start small. Find people that you can trust. Um, don't be afraid to ask anyone for advice. If you're looking for places like map surf, you can Google, look on like 28 Days Later or the other forums. Sometimes you can Google lens other people's pictures, look for clues in photos. Um, yeah, and behave yourself. Don't
Yes.
and don't give it out to everyone. Don't turn up like with 30 of your mates and
Yeah. Do it for the right
cool.
reasons.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, and but like be safe, know your limits.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and for God's sake, when you're in a building, like check doors have handles before you close them. Uh, we got stuck in a room.
Oh my
Hello.
goodness.
Yeah, we got stuck in a room. And it had, them little tiny glass windows. It was in an old hospital thing at St Francis. Um, yeah, and didn't check the door handle, and it slammed shut. Shit. So had no choice but to break that little window to get out. We'd
Yeah.
still be there now. Couple of
Do you know
skeletons, explorers going in, going, oh, we found a couple of dead bodies. Yeah, that's me.
that happened to me and Matt recently, and it's the first time it happened.
Mm,
And honestly, the panic, it was, this was quite a new building. It was a hospital that lots of people were doing last year. Um, I think I can say it, to be honest with you, because I think it's quite locked down now, but it was Birmingham City Hospital.
mm,
And the doors, I don't know if you know what I'm on about, Beck, the doors that are magnetic, so you got to have a fob to open it. So there's no
Yeah.
handle or anything, it's just a magnetic
Mm.
pull. So we went through this door, and there was like a very small space and then another door to the ward. And the door closed behind us, and then that door to the ward was completely closed. We went to turn back around and get out, and we were stuck. This door was not opening. It had completely magnetically lost itself. And Matt is very calm and collected in situations like that. But the panic that went through me, I was like, oh my God, we're going to have to call security. Like, because obviously there
yeah.
was security on this building. I'm thinking, we're going to have to, how embarrassing to call and say, hiya, we're trespassing in your building, but
Hello.
we've actually got stuck. But
I'm
it
sure.
panicked me.
Yeah, no, I like when it happens. You're like, shit.
I know.
Oh, we
And
got to get out. Especially like if you're up on like we were on the top floor. You
yeah,
can't like get out a window or anything like that.
no. I mean, Matt just like put his whole weight on this door, and the magnetic pull did give and let us back out again. But it was a very small space as well, because like I said, it was between like the main corridor door and a ward, and I was like, oh my God, oh yeah, it wasn't great. So I feel you on that one.
Oh God.
Right,
And
Becky,
Yeah.
it's your question now.
Okay. If you found £10,000 in cash, would you keep it?
yeah.
Yes, girl.
Not gonna lie. Um, yeah. Although the chances of that happening are zero. I don't know. Like maybe depending on where I found it.
Yeah,
If if it's like someone's house and it's quite clear that people are still looking after the property, then
yeah.
yeah. But if I found 10 grand laying around, I don't know, in an old RAF base, finders keepers.
Yeah.
But it make you wonder why is there 10 grand here? Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
I wouldn't be wondering that. I'd be going shopping. I'd be happy. You wouldn't see me on the Urbex
I,
scheme
I
for a
think
year.
I think I'd be very. I don't know. I'd probably feel bad for ages and like probably a bit paranoid. Like, why is it got to like all the scenarios going around in your head? But no, I'd keep it.
Yeah. I would.
Yeah, big
So,
thief. It's not
so
thieving. It's
what
finding.
it is, and I think Becky said similar to you. If she found it in a place where it was clear that someone was still looking after, I think you said you'd leave it as well, didn't you, Beck?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, which I think's fair enough. So, Gemma, what's your own 5 rules that you stick by when exploring?
Oh, gold.
Or if you haven't got 5, just what's a couple of rules that you
Yeah,
stick
no,
by?
know my own limits, especially when I'm out on my own.
Yeah.
Because I do a fair bit of like solo exploring.
Mm.
Um, yeah, and like be really vigilant. Um, Trying to think now. Yeah, like be vigilant, know your escape route. Obviously, the door thing, make sure there's definitely a floor, or test the floor
Yeah.
before you go treading on it, because I've been through a floor before.
Hmm.
uh, um, yeah, I never park outside unless I have to. Like, I don't want to draw attention to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like when the sun goes down, if I'm on my own, that's it. I ain't doing no more.
Yeah. I think that's a good set of rules.
Yeah, it's annoying in the winter. Like 4 o'clock, I've got to stop now.
Yeah, I do like the summer because you get more light, you get more daylight, and you can do more.
Yeah,
The only downside is the heat.
yeah. Oh God, that's a killer.
Yeah, exploring in the heat. I don't think people understand how horrible it is, but it's exhausting.
Yeah, yeah. It's a blessed relief. We were out last year, and it was just so hot. So we went to Coulston Tunnels. It
Oh
was
yeah.
lovely down there. Yeah,
Mm.
lovely. Smells a bit, but it was lovely and cool.
Yeah, I think on the hot days you just need somewhere cool to go. So I think that's a good place to go, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I need more tunnels, but tunnels. I don't know. I've been in some, and I'm like, what the fuck were you doing in there? Stop it.
Oh, okay. So do you have a message for your trolls?
Yeah, bollocks to you.
I'd say that's fair.
I knew that that was going to be your answer. I was expecting you to go, fuck off. But yeah, similar.
I can't please everyone, and yeah, bollocks to 'em. I just, yeah, I can't be bothered, and I've stepped back from trying to argue, and yeah, you want
Yeah.
to be a tit, carry on.
Yeah, exactly. Not everyone is going to like everyone, and people will always find a way to troll, I find. And I have learnt now as well just to not bite back because it's not worth it. You're giving them what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
9 out of 10
yeah,
times they're going to get bored as well. They won't continue if you. It's like feeding it. If you keep replying and feeding them, that is giving them what they want, and they'll continue to reply and continue to backlash. But when you just go silent, for one, it makes them think, why is this person not biting? And it will do their head in. It really will, to think, well, why is all of a sudden this person not bothered? And two, they won't continue. They'll move on to someone else, unfortunately. So yeah, I think you've got the right
yeah,
mindset. Have
yeah.
you ever wanted to quit exploring? And if you have, why?
Um, no. Sometimes I'm a bit like, um, like if you go out and you ain't had a good day, like everything's shut or everything's been a pile of shit. Um, but no, it's like it's it's my it's my exploring is my getaway from other things that are going on. Um, so sometimes when I'm out on my own, I'm a bit like, can I be bothered? Um, I have before now just pulled over in a lay-by and had a sleep for a couple of hours because I just weren't feeling it.
Mm.
But no, on the whole, no, I wouldn't give it up unless, like for medical reasons or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Becky.
So, are you scared of heights?
Um, yes and no. It's a weird one. So I don't like if we used to live on the top floor. Well, I say the top floor of the block of flats. It's like, I think it was the fourth floor. So they weren't very tall buildings.
Mm,
But I'm one of these people who have these thoughts like, I wonder what would happen if I jumped.
I have
Or
that.
you driving down the road. I wonder what would happen if I smashed into that wall. Stupid. Um, but yeah, no heights. I'm like, go up a ladder. I'm like, but I love roller coasters, and they're high.
Yeah.
But when we went to Fright Nights and went on Hyperion in the dark, I made the mistake of looking down, and because it was dark, I couldn't see shit, and I proper shit myself.
Oh
Like
God.
didn't actually shit my pants, but I got in such a panic, and I was like, just stop being stupid. Yeah, but yes, I suppose I am. Oh, God's sake, sorry.
That's all right.
That's all
Put the, oh,
right.
do you know what? That's telling me to put the bins out.
I need to do that.
Oh God, I don't remember nothing. I sat there yesterday waiting all afternoon for the doctor to phone me. He got the right because no one phoned me. No, my appointment's next week.
Yeah.
Idiot.
So,
Oh.
what's what's one of your favourite things to explore? Do you prefer time capsules or bigger industrial buildings? Do you have a favourite kind of thing?
Um, I do like an old hospital asylum, but we don't have many of those left.
No.
Um, I've not done a lot of industrial, but I have really enjoyed those.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, and I'm kind of currently working my way through a lot of the old RAF bases up in like Suffolk and that way.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm enjoying those as well.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the bigger things at the moment, and I say this quite a lot on these podcasts, which speaks volumes. Because at one point I was just about the houses, but at the moment I'm really, really loving the bigger stuff.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, it's that what's it, Delphi? I'll name it because it's knackered. Um, yeah, that we really enjoyed that. I think we were there about 3 hours.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was taken there by Matt and Becky. This is the location where I had a paddy. Do you remember where he drove me 3 hours and it was completely ruined by the time really ruined, and I was like, do you remember, Beck? And I was
I think,
like, he's brought me to this place and there's just smashed glass everywhere and burnt out rooms and I've had enough.
yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love a burnt out room.
no, that's Delphi. That's where Matt took me. And it is huge. And I did it in the dark. And I think maybe it was my time of the month. And, I think I just didn't take it in. But
Yeah,
Delphi is massive. And I think, yeah, there is a couple of really cool bits there. But I haven't done it properly at all.
yeah.
I was there for about 5 minutes.
No, we originally we went and it got dark while we were there and we
Mm.
couldn't. So I was like, let's go back. So it was the first place we went to. The other, I think it was a couple of weeks ago now. So daylight is completely different. We couldn't see our way around even with torches.
Oh.
Yeah. It's massive as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Absolutely huge.
yeah. But as you say, it is ruined.
Mm.
Oh. Okay, so is there anything that you would like to say to the people listening?
Hello.
What did you say? Hello or no?
Hello.
Oh. Oh, well, it's been really nice to have you on, Gemma. Thank.
I was going to say, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.
Yeah, absolutely. Go over and check her out. everyone's content's so different, and that is why people need to, I think, take a chill pill and just let people do their thing. Some people, I see so many comments saying, them photos are too edited, or that photo, blah, blah, blah. People are different, and that's why,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah, I look back at some of my editing and I'm like, Jesus Christ, what were you thinking?
yeah,
But that time, I thought it was fabulous.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know, everyone has their different. If we were all the same, we'd be bloody boring.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's good. It's good to be different.
It is. And funnily enough, this, if I was ever asked the question, something no one knows about me, that is the first thing that my current partner Matt, who you'll know as Urban Fox Club, said to me.
Yeah.
So before we'd ever met, he commented on one of my posts and went, "Fucking hell, your pictures are way too edited. They look awful." So there we go. That is the first thing he ever said to me. I
I
mean,
think we've
who
all.
hasn't he trolled over his photos? Let's be honest, guys. He is the biggest troll out there. So, you know, I think I'm not the only one out there. But yeah, that's the first thing he ever said to me.
I think we've all had a Matt comment.
Yeah.
He's lovely.
Anyway, on that note, thank you so much, Emma, for coming on.
That's all right.
Thank you. And I do apologise
Thank
that
you.
Shannon messaged me at one point and she went, "Are you on drugs? Like, are you okay?" There is a lot of banging going on outside, so I kept having to mute, and then I had phone calls. Like, I've had a lot going on today. So I do apologise.
And poor
No,
Becky's
that's fine.
ADHD couldn't control herself in most, bless you. But yeah, no, it's been lovely to have you on, Gemma, and you've shared some really interesting views and thoughts and stuff about that. So yeah, we really appreciate you, and best of luck to hitting your goal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
we'll speak to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
That's all right.
Bye,
Bye,
Gemma.
everyone.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.